Good morning, class. I'm Miranda Caroline, presenting with Sunny Faith, and our question is sustainability. Today emphasizes a circular economy and closed loop supply chains. Discuss these concepts and explain why they are keys to sustainability. This question has two concepts, that's circular economy and closed loop supply chains. And I'm going to take you through the circular economy, and you'll take you through the closed loop supply chains. Um, a circular economy entails markets that give incentives to reusing products rather than scrapping them and then extracting new resources. Mm, Majorly, a circular economy manufactures and designs products to be reusable. Once an organization is producing a product, they are meant to make sure that this product can be reusable at some point, that it can be repaired, it can be replenished, it can be replenished. So we have in such an economy all forms of waste such as clothes. These clothes are meant to be reusable, scrap metal and obsolete electronics. Obsolete is are products that are no longer used, but when you have like an electronic that can be reused, that can be repaired, that means it will be these kinds of products are returned to the economy and they're used more efficiently. They are returned to the producer and pro- like they can be used in some other way or repaired to be reused by the user. So this is an illustration of a circular economy. We have production, that's the production stage. The user stage is where the consumers use the product, and after it's been used, it's recycled, then reused by the consumers. So that entails the circular economy. A circular economy shows circular alone means like a circle. It has to go back, like it has to be reused and reused and reused until at some point of it can't be used anymore. Main concepts that the circular economy is based on. So next is the following are some of the reasons why a circular economy is a key to sustainability. So the first one is it reduces the use of non-renewable resources. We all know that non-renewable resources are the resources that we get but can't renew them. I don't know if that makes sense. But can't renew them. For example, gold. For example, copper. These resources are extracted from the ground, but they can't be renewed. So, with a circular economy, we'll have at least these renewable resources being used, non-renewable resources being used less because the products are being reused over and over again. So we won't have the extravagant use of non-renewable resources in the economy. Then the next one is lowers carbon emissions. Materials management, such as the production and disposal of materials, contributes up to two-thirds of greenhouse emissions. So a circular economy will help minimize that. Its entire model revolves around sustainable management of materials. And through it, materials will be managed efficiently through use of products, encouraged use of renewable resources, and maintaining sustainable practices. The next point is aims to zero wastage. A circular economy looks at reusing of the available resources that we've seen, And zero waste means less trash in our oceans and fewer landfills. A landfill, I hope you understand what a landfill is. A landfill is the disposal of waste material by burying it, especially as a method of filling in and reclaiming excavated pits. So with zero waste, we won't have landfills because people won't have materials to bury, and we won't have trash in our oceans. So with a circular economy aims to zero waste. The next point is helps end planned obsolescence. So a obsolete means a product that's no longer used. So um, the next point is helps end planned obsolescence. Planned obsolescence is a policy of planning or designing a product with an artificially limited useful life so that it becomes obsolete after a predetermined period. For example, a light bulb. At some point, you will use it, but it will be hard for you to reuse it. It will be hard for you to repair it, to reuse it. So, with a circular economy, it helps end this in a way that it disregards this because it looks at reusing and repairing of materials of repairing materials and products. The next point is sorry, we repeated the last point, but the other point is open new opportunities for companies. Companies can also see many benefits to the circular economy model. This is seen where it creates availability of more business opportunities, such as refurbishing old materials, collecting used resources like clothing or electronics, and so on. So, in conclusion, achieving a circular economy is no small undertaking as it will require a worldwide effort of individuals, businesses, and governments to achieve. But with all its benefits, there's really no reason why we shouldn't start moving toward this model today. Thank you. So Samuel is going to take you through the closed loop supply chain. Closed loop supply chain. Thank you.
Good morning, class. I'm Sanya J's Faith. As Carol, as Carol said, we have two concepts. One was circular economy, and the other is closed loop supply chains. So, I'm going to explain closed loop supply chains in, in sustainability. So closed loop supply chains is the same as zero waste supply chain. It's defined as closed loop supply chain refers to all forward logistics in the chain, and forward logistics in the chain as well as the reverse logistics to collect and process returned for forward, forward logistics consists procurement of materials, production and distribution. Then reverse logistics consists of used or unused. Jesus. Then for reverse logistics, it consists returns, repair, reuse, and recycling. This This is the diagram to show the circular or closed loop supply chains. It combines both circular and closed loop supply chains. So I'm going to use the steps to describe this diagram. The first step will be under production, because supply chain starts with production, and this is under the forward logistics chain. With production, new service and product is developed through the production process. Then the second step is product is sent to distributors and retailers. Then the third step is the product moves to the end customer via distributors and retailers. So from distribution, the product goes to the consumers through goes to the consumers or customers via distributors and retailers. So from production, distribution to consumer sale, that's under forward logistics. Then reverse logistics starts with returns. Any defective products are collected by a returns processor who repairs the product and sends it back to the user. Then repair and refurbishment. The returns processor can also send the defective product back to the distributor or retailer for direct reuse. From there, they might manufacture the product and send it to the retailers, who will ship it ahead to the end user. The other step is recycling. The returns processor can also recycle the parts and materials, which would then be sent back through the production process. The distributor or retailer would send the finished product to end user by forward logistics. Then lastly, anything that goes through the above steps is sent to the landfills. As Carol had already described what landfills are, I hope everyone understands them. Valuable product information related to the cause of failure and distribution of the service is tracked and analyzed. As the company adapts the analysis, they should have less landfill material and reduce costs in the next product development life cycle. So those products go to wastes. The wastes are the landfills. So these slides were explaining the above diagram, which have been explaining that the working process of closed loop supply chain, that is the forward logistics, includes production, distribution, and to the customers. Then the reverse logistics also includes from returns, repairs, reuse, recycle, then lastly to waste, or you can go again to production. Like the examples of sustainability in supply chain. Many leading companies are already using closed loop approaches and achieving cost savings from these efforts, like Coca-Cola European Partners is collaborating with recyclers, packaging manufacturers, and other firms across supply chain to cut costs and materials. Then the other company is Dell. For example, the Dell company, which designs computers. Dell designs its computers and components to be easily reused and upgraded. The products are also designed for recyclability, so that when they do reach the end life, they can be easily disassembled and recycled again. Then the other are the reasons why closed loop supply chain is key to sustainability. The first is that closed loop supply chain can help companies reduce waste and maximize resources, which is why a growing number of businesses are combining forward logistics with reverse logistics. Reverse logistics requires the manufacturer to encourage the products returned either to the repair or resale, or if the scenarios are not viable, then for recycling and reuse of life. This allows the manufacturer to maintain and recover value from discarded products and reduce waste. Then the other point is it cuts production costs and improves a company's bottom line. Then this the sorry this point in this point we try to explain that most especially the sale of recovered output would boost revenues, while the recovered output can be used as production inputs, thereby lowering raw material costs. Then the other point is it reduces environmental pollution. Yeah. So here we reduce environmental pollution through lowering raw material usage, conserving energy, and enabling companies to comply with electronic waste regulations. To throw more light on lowering raw material usage, when we recycle over and over again, that means most of the materials uh, we still keep most of the materials so that we don't run out of shortage and we don't use all. Then the other point is helps streamline a product returns and also leads to improvement in customer loyalty, customer satisfaction, and service efficiency. And last, we also have an illustration of closed loop supply chain. We so this diagram illustrates closed loop supply chain. We start with forestry because it's where we get papers from. From forest, you cut down some trees to manufacture papers. Then you take the logs to the paper manufacturing industry. From there, you corrugated packaging manufacturing. Then from there to manufacturer filler, then to consumer products, then distribution. You distribute the papers either to retail or wholesale or any other markets. Then after they go to used packaging, then from used packaging you go back to manufacturing. You don't cut down trees again because used packaging it's recycled many times. That means we shall be minimizing on cutting down trees, and it is easy to repair it is easy to repair and ideally collapsible. Then in conclusion, a closed loop supply chain can help a business become eco-friendly by lowering production costs, reducing wastage, improving service delivery, enhancing customer loyalty, and reducing environmental pollution. Some of the strategies that businesses can use to reduce waste include procuring raw materials in bulk, minimizing water usage during production, and keeping records. Thank you for listening to us. This was Mirembe Caroline and Sanyu. Thank you.